This is Jack from Buck Talk. And what I've got for you today is a question about investing in a 403b versus a Roth IRA. But first, I may be a financial advisor, but I'm not your financial advisor. This video is for entertainment, it's not advice. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's look at the question. 403b versus Roth IRA, do I contribute to both? You are 24 and just started a new job. Should you be putting money into both your 403b and Roth IRA, or should you pick one? And also, what should the percent of income be? Oh man, well, a good start. What a great attitude. Uh, you know, Generally, I'll start at the bottom. The advice is going to be to contribute what you can. Now you're 24, you might not have an emergency fund saved up yet, so maybe you wouldn't want to be completely contributing everything. But let's talk about the limits. So the Roth IRA is going to have a $6,500 limit for your contribution, and the 403b is going to be a lot higher. It's going to be close to $20,000, so you'll be able to put a lot more in. You probably will have the option to make your 403b contributions as a Roth type as well. Since you know what a Roth IRA is, you probably know the difference. I'm going to just very briefly cover it. So, a Roth account, whether it's an IRA or 403b, is one where you've already paid the taxes. So, it's going to be on your tax return as earned income this year, whatever year you earn it, and make the contribution. But then it doesn't get taxed again. The growth doesn't get taxed again. The 403b, if it's a traditional, that's not going to be taxed yet. So it's not going to be taxed, and the growth isn't going to be taxed. None of it's going to be taxed until you draw it out, probably many, many years from now. Now, you can find another one of the videos about the math between one of these. I'll just search the channel. But if everything is the same, then they work out exactly the same. One is not better than the other. So if you're talking about traditional 403b and a Roth IRA, you're going to have a lot higher of a max that you can put in the 403b. Okay. Usually, what you want to do is you want to put at least enough in the 403b, whether it's Roth or traditional, to get the match if your employer gives you a match. You definitely want to get the match. A match is, unless it's a tiny little fractional match, the likes of which I've never seen, you want to get it. So you put in enough to get the match. Maybe that's the first 3% or 6% in the 403b. Then most people want to go to their Roth IRA next. And this is whether it's a Roth IRA or traditional IRA. And the reason is because you can control exactly what you do with it. Okay, so the next $6,500 you can invest however you want. Whereas in the 403b, you're going to be limited to the options they give you. Most 403bs these days are pretty good. The options are going to be basically just as good as they'd be inside a Roth. But you get a little more control. Okay. If your 403b is really good, then there's no need to even use the Roth unless you're hitting the max on the contribution limits. As far as the amount you should put in, sort of rule of thumb that gets used a lot is trying to save 15% of your income. That'd be between both of them. So if you were making $100,000 and you were putting $6,500 into a Roth, then you'd want to put the other roughly 9% into your 403b. You can figure out, do you want that 15 to include the match or not? It really doesn't matter. Obviously, saving more is better. You don't know what your savings rate's going to look like or what your future income is going to look like, things like that. So it's not an exact science, but those would be some reasonable targets to shoot for. That was a ton of information already, so I'm going to cut it off there, but good luck.